What's up, welcome to Nostalgia. Dave here with a review of EXO's seventh album, Exist. Yes, EXO's back. First, really, release at all since 2 years ago. Don't Fight the Feeling special album came out, but really first full release, first proper release with all the members contributing since their sixth album, Obsession, back in 2019. It's been a minute. EXO has been going through the military service uh, jiggering that happens with older K-pop groups. Of course, EXO, definitely OGs in the game at this point, been around a long time. And yeah, I think I was interested in this for a few reasons. One, EXO obviously such a storied history. At one point, the biggest, K-pop group at the time, and also very recently, EXO has been the subject of a lot of controversy with SM Entertainment. Of course, the you know big label that they are one of the stalwarts of, been there their whole career, and yet there were major label controversies between some of the members accusing SM of signing them to misleading contracts, withholding financial payments, all kinds of stuff, and they seem to have move past this issue and agreed to not only stay as a group into the future, but also stay with SM. But I thought that was quite eye opening. I'd imagine the EXO boys probably just got a bigger bag, but to put it bluntly, they SM basically paid them out to be happy once again with their circumstance. That would be my guess. But yeah, I think EXO fans, they've been wanting something like full with everyone involved for quite some time. And despite all that, Kai, one of the biggest, most important members of EXO, who's had quite the solo run lately, Kai is not able to promote this album because he was called to Korean military service rather abruptly recently due to, I guess, some new changes with the law. So even though Kai contributed to the record, he won't be able to perform it and promote it. So EXO is still not truly back together in the public eye until, I guess, the next release. And we'll see how that Kai, uh, hiatus, military service, year and a half, how that affects Super M's announced comeback for 2023. Kai is, one of the key members of Super M, of course. So don't know, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, EXO giving us another full length seventh album, 9 songs, 28 minutes, and I thought this was okay. I think I was a bit underwhelmed with the title track Cream Soda. I thought it was fine. Like, it's smooth singing, nice harmony on the chorus, but it just doesn't really grab me. When you think of like the K-pop title track, the song that gets the music video to launch a release, I want something a bit bigger and grander. I just didn't quite get that here, even though I think the singing is pretty nice. You know, uh, Track 2, Regret It. I think it's really fun up-tempo beat. The drum kit sounds cool. I like the sung chorus, but again, doesn't really wow me per se. I think Hear Me Out's probably my favorite song on the record. It's kind of like a bop, but it's like a soft bop. It's not like a massive track. I actually really like how catchy it is while still not being like a super flashy song. I love the harmonies that the members have singing, the back and forth vocally. I just think that one's really fun. Uh, but to that point, those first 3 songs, that's like all like singing vocals. And then Private Party track 4 is where you really get the first bout of hip hop. I think the flow on that song, both rap verses sound awesome. But the singing, I just liked it a bit less. I just don't think it really grabs me per se, even if it kind of feels like a more like modern hip hop song that you get from K-pop these days. EXO been around a long time, have that ability to evolve, and obviously they had their EDM dalliance, EDM dalliance relatively recently. So they've kind of jumped around a lot of production. I think just in general on Exist, the production is uh, quieter. It's not as flashy or showy, which I guess in a sense sets EXO apart from a lot of releases we get right now, which are very loud and noisy. The Stray Kids album certainly is not. And I think that depends what you're looking for with the release. No makeup, I thought the singing was really great on that one. It sounded awesome, but man, that's a questionable message, man. I think we men need to remember that telling a girl that you like them with no makeup on and they should take their makeup off. Uh, Girls aren't wearing makeup for you, my guy. They're wearing makeup for themselves. Let them do what they want to do. Annoying message, and maybe they said as much in the verses. I don't speak Korean, but I don't think they did. So that one was like a bit off-putting, even though it sounds pretty good. I think Love Fool sounded nice. Another Day, nice mix of singing and rap once again. But I don't know, like 2 years ago we got Don't Fight the Feeling, which despite it being like a special like release from EXO, I thought the Don't Fight the Feeling title track was incredibly catchy. I don't think anything really matches that on Exist, which I don't know. I mean, a lot of people have been loving the Kai solo work the past few years. I think EXO fans are going to ask for more and probably get some more, and we'll see what happens. But I think what's really cool about this time we're in is just like the Shiny album that we just got. This EXO album like did great commercially in Korea, like the fastest to a million sales EXO's ever done, just like Shiny did 2 weeks ago. It's just really cool, and I think it's clearly a demarcation point in the K-pop industry where you're seeing older groups being as commercially viable as they've ever been. And I think that speaks to just the dominance of the K-pop machine in the culture of Asia, but also here in the West. Obviously, we know that. But also, I think like rappers like being older in the game has never been more viable or never been more accepted, and I think that's just kind of cool to see that level of success. But yeah, let me know, how did you feel about EXO's Exist? Did you like this more or less than Don't Fight the Feeling? What do you want to hear next from EXO once Kai is back from the military service? And for more music reviews, more K-pop reviews, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.